Are you an Apple fan? Do you like Apple products? Are you wondering whether you should dive in and buy another Apple product, specifically this, the Apple Airtag? Well, good, because I'm here to tell you whether you should or not in this slightly unusual review. But first, my name is Brendan. I'm a recovering accountant based here in London, and I help millennials navigate busy lives to make sure that work doesn't suck. I'm also a huge technology geek and a bit of an Apple fanboy. So this video is going to be slightly different. You could probably Google and search for other YouTube stars as to give you a real in-depth insight into the Apple Airtags. MKBHD, I think, is one, and he will give you a very good rundown of what the Apple Airtag is. But I'm here to tell you whether I think you should buy it or not. Because this little bit of kit, I don't know whether you can see it there, I've owned it for about a month, and I think it's probably about time to tell you whether you should spend your hard-earned money on buying one. There'll be plenty of people out there that said you should or you shouldn't, but having lived with it for a month, what do I think? Well, first things first, the Apple Airtags are basically a Bluetooth tracker. They're up there to compete with people like Tile, and they tap into the Find My, it used to be Find My iPhone, and so you can track your keys, your bags, your luggage, for example, if your luggage goes AWOL when you're on holiday, and be able to see where it's gone. Now, they came out to much fanfare, and you could either buy them singularly or in packs of 4. Well, I bought a pack of 4 because obviously I was super excited to get one, and you can add certain emojis to that. I don't know whether you can see this. I put the 28 on this because that's the date of birth, and I bought some for my missus, and she's got an 8, and I think it's an emoji kiss, so that's always good fun. But is it worth buying? Well, first things first, getting some accessories like this. So this is a little key fob that comes from Belkin. I think it was about £13 when I ordered it. They are currently out of stock. So if you have just the AirTag lying around, you can't attach it to your keys very easily. Now, Apple do a great range of products, and they look really cool in terms of the accessories, and you can get luggage labels and all that sort of thing. But there is a bit of a delay in shipping, partly because of COVID, partly because of demand. But really, are you going to use an AirTag if you can't attach it to your keys or to your bag? No, I don't think you are, which is one of the problems that I want to go through today. I bought a pack of 4 because you can either buy them singularly in packs of 4. I thought, well, actually, I want more than one, so I'll buy 4. And they arrived. And the attachments and the accessories arrived a few weeks later. But what happened in between the time when the AirTag arrived and the accessory arrived? They sat on the desk. They didn't move. I didn't have any reason to use it. That's one of the downsides. I think Apple AirTags are really cool, and you can change the batteries, and they look really cool, and they're part of the Apple ecosystem, but how often are you actually going to use it? Not a great deal. I mean, as I say, I've attached mine to my keys, if you can see that. So if I take my keys away, I can search for them on the Find My iPhone or Find My device or whatever it is. But when I'm not using them, I have my keys up and it just sits there. It's one of the most frustrating bits of Apple kit because you don't use it very often. In actual fact, I don't think I'm going to use it a great deal unless I'm going to travel, and then I'll put one in my luggage so that if the bag disappears to Timbuktu, I can track it. But on a day-to-day basis, what am I going to use it for? Yes, I've got it as part of my keys, and you know, if you mislay your keys, you can look for them. But outside of that, what are you going to do with it? And that's part of the problem. There are so many reviews on YouTube around how cool they are and what you can do with them, but the simple fact is they're very limited in use. Unless you are really prevalent at losing your keys, well, you've probably got a bigger problem. I just don't think there is value in an Apple AirTag. In actual fact, that pains me to say it. I love Apple. In fact, I'm in the process of selling one iMac to buy another, and that's a video that will be coming soon. I've also got a MacBook Air, and I've had MacBooks and MacBook Pros in the past, so I am fully ingratiated with an iPhone into the Apple ecosystem. But I'm a bit disappointed, if I'm honest. They came out with such fanfare, and I was like, yes, I do want one, and I bought one straight away, but I didn't really think through what I was going to use it for. One of the things I was discussing with my other half was if I gave her access to my Apple AirTag and she gave access to hers, if we weren't sure where each other were at any particular point, you know, if we're going to a gig or we're going out shopping or whatever it might be, you could search for each other. It doesn't work that way. You have to specifically attach your tag to your domain. So I could see where my tag is, but if it's with me, I can't easily look up hers. I think you have to go into share your location, and that's something completely different. So what's the point? What's the point of an Apple AirTag? Apart from it looks friggin' cool. I don't think there is one. Yes, they look pretty cool and they help you track your luggage if you've lost them or you put them in a bag, but really, how often are we actually going to use them on a day-to-day basis? So much so, I was talking to a good friend of mine and he returned his pack of 4 because it just didn't have particular use for them. It's a nice idea, but I just don't think it's worth spending the money. So this is not your usual YouTube review on Apple AirTags, because I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, I wouldn't bother buying one. Unless, so this is the caveat, unless you're going to travel a lot and you can put one in your luggage so that if you do lose your bag, you can track it down. But on a day-to-day basis, I just don't see how I'm going to get value for money. Am I going to return them? No, because it's outside of the return period, but they are pretty cool. But in their everyday life, I just don't think it's worth it. Tell you what, with that in mind, why don't you write me a comment? Tell me if you agree. I am a big fan of Apple, as I said, but I just don't think it's worth spending the money at the moment until maybe they add more functionality, or you are beginning to travel and really trying to track down and keep hold or keep track of your particular bags and luggage. And that's it. That's my thoughts on owning an Apple AirTag for the last month or so. Should you buy one? I just don't think you should. But let me know in the comments below. If you did like this video, please do have a check out this one where I review the Apple Watch and the Solo Loop strap. And with that, I will wish you all a good day, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.